I already did this. I put what the individual will need for the activity. I put it over here just by adding a text box. Over here, what I did was I took that screen capture from the video. So, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So now, let me just delete this for a second. What I'm going to do is I want to link this slide to the video that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to go over here to my video. This is the video I'm going to be using. And I want to share. I'm going to, by the way, you can start your video at a specific point when you're sharing a video just by clicking that. So that's a good thing to know also. So now I'm just going to copy it. Okay, I'm going to close that. I'll go back over here. Now what I want to do is I have right here's where I want to put it. I'm going to insert. I'm going to go down to the link. And I'm going to press Control V, which means I'm going to paste. Control V is paste. That's important because we're going to be using that again. So I'm going to call this volcano. Oops, volcano. Maybe I'll call it making a volcano. Okay, so there we go. Now, when you press this, it's going to link automatically to the YouTube. So that's how you would connect that. So now we are going to talk about the steps that are required. So I want this to now go, like over here, what I'm going to do over here is write down all the steps, like as you can see in this one. In Puffy Slime, I wrote down all the steps, but I'm not going to do that right now. What I want to do, though, is I want to link this slide to a totally different slide in the presentation to start talking about the different steps that are required in using symbols and screenshots from the video. So I am going to, again, I'm going to press Insert, and I'm going to press Link. Now, what I can do in this case, you see how you can link like from YouTube, but you can also link to a slide in the same presentation. So I want to right now link to slide number 9, which you can't see. Oops, hold on a second. Let me do that again. Link, we're going to do slides, and slide 9, there it is. Right here is how you know what it's called, and we're going to say, we're going to use symbol sticks for this specific one, okay? So when you click on this in the presentation, it is going to automatically link down to my slide number 9, which is this slide. So here's my making my volcano eruption. So now I'm going to show you the beginnings of how I would put the steps in here so that the student can take a look. First, they might watch the video. So we're going to take a quick look at the video. Maybe we'll put 2 different steps in one slide here. Before we do that, though, I'm going to right-click on the slide, and I'm just going to say new slide, or you can also just do copy-paste, which is Control-C, and then I'm going to say Control-V, and I'll do it again, Control-V, okay? That copies and pastes the exact slide that you have. So before I get started with it, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take a look at it and see what the first step is. So let's see. Here I go. Okay, so it is playing right now. So it's just telling us what we need. Okay, so here we go. This is the first step that we need to do. We need to fill a glass halfway with vinegar. So we're going to put in vinegar. That's what I wanted to say. So the way that I'm going to do, take the image of this is I'm going to use my snipping tool down here. I'm going to say new. And then I'm just going to click and drag. I'm just going to drag. Now I'm going to use my Control-C to copy, Head back over to my science experiment, click on my slide and Control V. There you go. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So the first step is we're going to put in vinegar. So now what I want to do is get that from my chat editor. Now, chat editor is a download. It's a website. All you have to do is go to Google and type in chat editor, and then there'll be a download. You just download it to your computer, and then when you want to bring it up, this kind of something shows up, not with these symbols in it, but this particular window shows up. So now this is lamp words for life, but I want to use symbol sticks, so I'm going to show. Oh, switch configuration. Whoops, that's where I went wrong here. Okay, so you have to go to switch configurations. I knew I had done it before. So words for life, touch chat, word power. This is the one that I want because that's what this child has, and that uses symbol stick. So I'm going to say okay. Switch to edit mode, select menu pages. Library, English, symbol sticks. Here we go. This is how you get the actual page. So I want word power. All of this is already there, which is like the coolest. So I'm going to press this, open, and now I have my word power, which is my symbol sticks. So now what I want to say for my first slide here is I wanted to say, put in vinegar, right? So we're going to say put in, and then food, and what is that now? Snacks, dessert, condiment, maybe? And vinegar. Oh, I think vinegar's there. Vinegar is not here. This is probably where it would be, but it's not here. So I'm going to just, maybe I'll add it afterwards, actually. This is maybe a good idea. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to press copy to clipboard. And then I'm going to, again, go Control V. Remember, that's pasting. So now it's over here. Check that out. Put in word groups, food, condiment. Now what I want to do is add a picture of vinegar over here, because on my student's device, I'll probably have the symbol of vinegar, or at least the word. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can find a symbol on using the internet. So what we're going to do is go to Insert, and we're going to say Image. Now, when image pops up, we're going to say Search the web. And I'm going to type vinegar. And look at that. Now, if I want to do clip art, I can write clip art. And now I have vinegar in like a clip art type of thing. Well, not the best symbols. But I'm going to use this one. I kind of think this is kind of a good one. So all I have to do is click on it and drag it in. That's it. Check that out. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Vinegar. I have to move that one out. Vinegar. Move it up a little bit. Oops. Wrong thing that was moving up. Okay, check that out. Put in groups, food, condiments, and vinegar is going to be here. Okay, so that's how you would be able to do that. So you could even say, if you want, underneath, if you want to, you can even put it in. I'm going to increase this a little bit. So you could say put. I'll just kind of go like this in vinegar. Okay, So put in vinegar. So there we have the first step, right? Now let's go over to the next slide. Let's see if this is a little bit easier to do, right? Again, I'm going to go over to my video and let's see what the next step is. Oh. Okay, so again, I paused it. I'm going to press my tool here, my snipping tool, and all I have to do is go like this, right? I'm going to press Control C for copy, go back to my slide, press Control V. There it is. Right now we're putting in food coloring. Okay, so let me go back over to my chat editor down here. We're going to say put in food this is called food, and then we're going to go back to our home page, and I like going to describing words for color, and we're going to say the word color. Okay, so put in word groups goes to food, food, back to home page, describing words, color. So we're going to copy to clipboard. We're going to tap on our slide and press Control V. There it is. Put in food color, right? Again, I can add this, increase my font, put in food coloring. Put in food coloring, right? So the first one over here was put in vinegar. Okay, half of the container, because we don't know if we're going to use half of the container. All right, so that's sort of like for the person who's working with the individual to know that. All right, we're going to do one more. So the next, let's take a look. We're going to keep going here. Okay, now we have to turn. I like using the word turn because it's right on the main page of Word Power. So here we go. Turn it, we're going to say. So I'm going to press Control C, head back to my slides, Control V, and head over to my chat editor. My capture is already on, and I'm going to say turn, which is right here, and it. Turn it. Copy to clipboard, back to my experiment, Control V, and I'm going to move it over here. Turn it. Okay. So I just showed you three different ways, three different steps so far, right, of how you could do that. So now I just wanted to show you how it works now. So we're on Volcano, okay? That's the activity we're doing. If I go to View and Present, this is what the child would see right on their screen. If I tap, so we would say, okay, we need an empty cup or bottle, water, dish soap, vinegar. If we want to watch the video, we would just press here, which is what I showed you before, how we get to that video, right? And that's exactly where it started earlier. And if I want to go back, if I press here, it will link to that other slide. See, it immediately links to slide number 9, which is right here. So then I could say, okay, let's see. I wonder what the first thing is that we need to do. We need to put in vinegar. And then if the child needs some help, they can take a look at what the pathway is in order to say these words. And then what you can always do in the future is you can take out or you can hide the pathway and see if they can just take a look at the words and remember what the pathway was. So that is it. So I just pressed I just pressed enter or my mouse and it advances through the slides. Okay. So I think this is a really, really fun way to make science experiments accessible in terms of adding symbols, having the child's device available. Don't forget if you're also mirroring your screen. I mean, if you have your screen available, you can also go right here and the child's device itself happens to be right here in Chat Editor. Like this student is using Word Power 108. So you can't make this any larger, but you can use it. I can even put it on the side, like put it over here if I wanted and say, okay, let's see. What do we need to do? We need to turn it. I can go like this and even hover my mouse over the turn to help them out for where it's located because this is what they have. They have the same exact thing. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. All right, thanks.